Moving on to political news now. Missouri voters will decide if evidence of prior criminal acts can be used against people accused of child sex offenses. The idea is one of 8 constitutional amendment proposals on the November ballot. Linda Ong learned about the pros and cons of House Joint Resolution number 16.
In 2007, the Missouri Supreme Court determined a statute that allowed prosecutors to introduce prior relevant criminal history in child sex cases to be a violation of the state constitution. If voters approve the proposed amendment, it would put Missouri on the same playing field as the federal government in handling such cases.
When we're talking about crimes against children, I think it is up to society to demand the toughest regulations and the clearest view, if you will, of a perpetrator's past history.
Barbara Brown Johnson of the Child Advocacy Center says convicting someone of a child sex offense requires more than just concrete or circumstantial evidence.
We need to give the criminal justice system every tool in their toolbox that's possible.
House Joint Resolution number 16 may add an extra tool for prosecutors. The constitutional amendment would allow relevant evidence of prior criminal acts, whether charged or uncharged, to be used in the prosecution of a sex crime involving a victim 18 years or younger.
According to the proposal, the relevant evidence would be used to support a victim's testimony or to demonstrate the propensity of the defendant to commit the crime.
Crimes committed against children are rarely, if ever, committed in the presence of other witnesses. And so the only eyewitnesses you have are the offender and the child. And it puts a huge burden upon a child to come into a court, be cross-examined. And so we look for any way we can to corroborate the child's testimony.
Greene County Prosecuting Attorney Dan Patterson says the use of evidence of one's criminal past would be subject to checks and balances.
It has to be relevant to the offense that's being charged. So it's going to be criminal conduct of a similar nature, and the court has the ability to weigh the probative value.
But attorney Will Worsham says the amendment would interfere with the justice system.
I think it's very dangerous because it chips away the constitutional protections that we all are there. If you're going to be convicted of a crime, you want to be convicted because there's evidence that proves you committed the crime you were charged with. It kind of does away with the whole innocent until proven guilty part of our justice system.
If the constitutional amendment turns into law, Missouri will join several other states that allow relevant evidence to be used in sex offense cases involving children.
All right, Linda Ong, thank you. New at 6.